So my name is Timothy Noble, and I've been working on open source enabled art, I guess broadly speaking. We have three pieces, one of which is somewhat different than the other two, but all of them, share the fact that they've been put together based on the work of many other people, developing circuits and software that I've then adapted to this particular configuration. The phone booth holds sort of a physical version of a website, specifically the CIA World Factbook, which is something that the CIA has published since, I believe, '62. And it's basic demographic and other sort of data that they put in the public domain on pretty much every country in the world. One is a chalkboard that is an assemblage of laser-cut plywood, 3D printed pieces that I put out of a sort of a DIY kit 3D printer. And there's an actual piece of slate from a 1906 schoolhouse in Pennsylvania, some bamboo flooring, a bunch of materials in there. What that does is it's basically a robotic chalkboard. It can draw on its own without much human intervention. And the third piece draws very slowly using an LED in space. So it's currently 24 feet long, about 12 feet high, and about 12 feet wide. And I mean, it could be reconfigured to other sizes, shapes. But most of its parts were printed on this, or designed by me, oftentimes with multiple iterations, and they were printed on a 3D printer that I built. I got to know those 3D printers because they're kits, because they're very DIY, they're quite fiddly. So as I've been getting them to work over the last couple years and learning that process, and as these open source projects have been improving and evolving, I've been trying to keep pace with that, and I found a different way to use them. So rather than printing in plastic, an object layer by layer, I'm working with light to print things layer by layer in a space. I think my process is backwards from a lot of folks. They're thinking about the end product more clearly. This is the specific image that I want to put forth. And because I've done, I have a history of, yes, trying to do more direct, pretty straightforward video work, or I've done a fair amount of print work in the past. As I've been building machines and so forth, I'm actually interested in the machine and what it can do first. And is it possible to even reconfigure these parts in such a way that maybe somebody hasn't really done before? And what's that going to be like?